Hi, I'm comedian Rusty Dooley, standing here with my good friend Steve Treviño, who's been a comedian for...
Oh, man, like 20 years. I think. When did you get to LA?
I got there in 1999.
Okay, so I started my comedy career in 99, but I was not in LA, I was in Dallas. So
Dallas. So what me and Steve have in common, not only are we great friends and have done so much together in the business, one of the best guys I've ever met in the comedy business and one of the funniest. I have to say, being passed by Mitzi Shore, what does that mean to you? By the queen of comedy, Steve was passed in what year?
Well, I think it was probably like 04, 05. I was lucky enough that as you know, her health was declining by, then, and I was one of the last ones that she actually came in to pass people, right? And there was a time there shortly after that, right away, where we were just sending tapes to her, and then she was passing people as if she was at all. But no, it means the world to me, man, and to put my name on that wall next to yours and with all these great comics, man. I mean, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, even the Improv and the Laugh Factory, they're all such a historic places, and I always thought, all right, I got to be around the very best, and me and you were both around the very, very best.
The thing about Steve is not just a comedian. I study this business. We study comedy. When you're a comedian, you breathe, eat, and crap it. And I look at you. Not only did I relate to your show tonight, I am in awe because everything you said, I'm living, buddy. Like, from drying the kids' clothes, I heat up their clothes. Okay, the grandpa thing. Oh, Grandpa Joe's a pussy. I mean, oh my God.
It's one of those things where, as a comedian, we all become very good. At least the great ones, right? The ones that go on. They all have their thing, and they're very good at specific things. Like you, for example, your ability to take pop culture and movies and put that together. Nobody can do that. Nobody can do what you do, and I think that I've gotten to the point where I'm very good at telling stories and making people laugh about things that are very small, right? Here's these little details of life that I would like to tell you, but I also think that. And I try to do this is my stand-up has heart.
You are so in tune with what you're doing up there. It's like watching it's amazing what you've accomplished. I have to say, I'm so thrilled to see what you reap is what you sow. And you've sowed so much into this business, Steve, and to see you, I see you at the cusp of superstardom, and I've always called it, and I see it happening for you. How does it feel? Do you feel that way?
I do, and I did, and then coronavirus came, and man, it broke my heart, man, and I didn't realize how badly I needed the stage, and the people, and the laughter, and the excitement of it all, and we were on our way, and then coronavirus happened, and we're kind of just now getting back, and at the end of the day, for me, man, I'm such a lucky guy to sell the tickets that I sell, and make the money that I make doing this for a living. But do I want to get bigger? Yes, but only because I think what I do matters.
You're going to get a TV show like Ray Romano. You're going to.
I hope so. And again, the TV show hopefully is to, like you, man, I love making people laugh. And I do feel like laughter is important, because I do get messages like, hey, my husband had cancer, and through chemo, he would just watch your clips, and it helped him. I get messages where people say, you saved our marriage. We were on the brink of divorce, and we found your stand-up and made us realize that we're normal. So, for me, if I can reach a broader audience, if I can use that to then turn around and raise money for the veterans, then it's all hopefully.
The fact that you still remember why you started comedy, so many comedians, after they start getting to where you're at, it becomes more about them than the audience. And that you're remembering why you're doing it, to bring laughter to people who really need it, is so important.
No, I love making people laugh, and like you too, right? Where you have this passion for movies, and you want to share that passion with people, And for me, I remember working at comedy clubs and being the door guy, the waiter, the bartender, and these comics would come through, and I'm not gonna name any names, but I'm like, you have my dream job, and you're a dick. Why are you a dick? right? You should be the happiest person in the room, and you're an asshole, right? So I always try to go back and go, okay, what would that door guy say if he is selling out the Chicago Improv? How happy would you be, Steve? If I went to that door guy and go, hey, guess what, man? You're going to get to sell out the Chicago Improv. And even better, you're going to have friends in comedy that are going to come and visit you and hang out, right? And people are going to want to do an interview with you. I know that kid that was working the door would be like, oh my God, it's a dream come true. And I'll be the happiest man alive. So I have to remind myself constantly, like, hey man, enjoy the ride and try to give back and try to treat the staff with class and feel like I'm part of the staff.
You're a class act, and I mean, we go so far back. Do you remember flying on my mom's buddy passes for Southwest Airlines?
Yeah, and getting in trouble because the guy was a complete dick, dude. Oh my God, bro. He was like, I go, hey man, I go, I'm just checking in to see if I'm gonna get on this flight, right? He's like, stand by. He's like, well, you need to back off. You need to back off, okay? You're on a fucking buddy pass, right? You didn't even pay for it. Relax, right? And I'm like, whoa, dude. Me and my wife were just trying to get home. Can you help us? And he's like, I will kick you. Who gave you those buddy passes? Because whoever gave you, I'm like, oh my God. Dude.
Best part, my mom calls me and goes, who's Esteban Treviño? Like, I don't even know him. I didn't even know you were Esteban. So like, I'm arguing with my mom. This is, you know, so there's just a moment that we've had. I
felt horrible because I don't want to get your mom in trouble. Right?
It's horrible stuff. What do you do? I'm gonna kill you. You know.
Well, and that's what people don't realize that is, you know, as comics, especially in those days when me and Rusty were coming up, you know, Rusty's trying to make a buck, right, to pay the bills, and he's like, hey man, I got this buddy pass. I'll sell it to you, right? I'm like, all right, I'll give you $300 for 2 buddy passes, right? I forget what it was.
300. You bought a real ticket.
Whatever it was, but no, it's 2 buddy passes. That's why.
Oh Jesus, he's got a great memory. So.
All of a sudden, he's getting phone calls. This guy's treating us like shit, and I'm like, fuck, I feel bad, dude. It was the worst.
It's water under the bridge, and you know, because you've always given to me. I always try to have a balance in my relationships, and I always want you to know that I always try to do what I could for you. I sent you to the Seychelles Island to perform for the prince that owns the island, the Emirates airline. His dad was the sheik. Can you, like, how was that experience doing the prince?
And it was amazing, right? And well, I was laughing because I'm like, here I am performing about how frustrated I am with my wife, and I'm thinking this dude's in the back like, wife, I just kill him. Yeah, they talk like that to me, I kill him, right? But it was awesome, man. And you know, and again, when I come to Chicago, and I don't know, it was like 4 times ago or whatever, watching you on stage, and you know, the best part is me being able to request bits. There's things that you do, and I'm like, oh, can you do the vampire thing? And you're like, Steve, I don't even know where that fucking costume is. Like,
he's always been such a supporter. That's why I wanted you to be the first guest on my podcast, and also bring Urban Grind and TV involved. Because Steve, you're my good friend, and I love you, bud.
We definitely have a lot of history together, man. And you know, when I come to, and of course I follow you on socials, and I'm watching.
Well, then like some of my stuff.
watching your kids grow up, and you know, and it's been really cool to watch you kind of immerse yourself back into Chicago, and you know, your relationships, the breakdancing, the stuff you're doing. And
speaking of, what brought you back to Texas out of LA? And I know you weren't really cut out for LA. I remember your road rage stuff. I've seen it, and that's why I was laughing so hard. It's true. You do. So Texas is your home.
Texas has always been my home. Born and raised in Texas. I never really fit in LA. You know, I think you kind of felt that way too. Yeah, you know, I grew up around different people, man, and I did what I had to do in LA. And the funny part is that, you know, I had all these comics that were like, oh my God, Treviño, if you like Texas so much, why don't you go? And Texas sucks, bro. It's nothing like LA. Well, they all moved to Texas.
Your bit about the boots, they buy them to look beat up, but you really beat yours. I always loved that joke, and that was
I bring that back, right? Like, oh, dude, how did you get your boots to look like that? I'm like, I fucking wore them.
It's always amazing. Love that joke. It'll never get old. I just, I'm wrapping up. I know you're tired, and I'm very thankful for that you gave us your time. I really am. And where can we find you? Like,
this guy was supposed to come visit me Friday, and then he was supposed to visit me Saturday, and then I'm like, what fucking dude? He's calling me like all week. He's coming, and then literally, I'm coming, man. I'll be there at that show. All right, nothing. So finally shows up in Sunday with a camera crew.
He's tolerating.
And I'm like, come on, guy. Been waiting for you all week.
I love you. And where's your next thing? How do we promote you on Urban Grind TV? And when you have merch and like, just tell us what.
I have 3 specials on Amazon Prime right now. Grandpa Joe's Son, Till Death, and then I have My Life in Quarantine. And then we just filmed a special called I Speak Wife that will be out very soon.
The titles are killing it.
Thanks. Well, trying to
Did that
get out there.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Gonna hit me in the tooth.
Yeah, right. That'd be great. Don't sue me. Anyways, this is my great friend. I love Steve, and just check him out if you haven't already seen him. Steve Treviño at
SteveTreviño.com, and this is Steve Treviño with Urban Grind. Thanks, guys, for coming out, and don't forget, make sure you watch or listen to Duly Noted with Rusty Dooley.
So nice, you. I love you, Steve Treviño, and God bless, and you can stay safe out there and keep doing what you're doing. I can't wait to see your TV show. Because I'll be sitting there with my kids laughing. We're checking out. Thank you. God bless.
Hey, this is comedian Steve Treviño, and you are watching Urban Grind TV. But you already know that. All right? Click the like button. Share it. All right? Don't be that guy.